What would you do if your groom attended your wedding dressed like this? Now, this picture went around social media last weekend, and people were like, is it that this man forgot that he was getting married, or he just didn't care about the situation? Because according to the video that was posted, he came into his wedding, he did peace out everybody. It's my wedding, I can dress out however I want. And then you will see his bride there fully clad in her wedding dress, veil, bouquet, everything. And then people are like, are you sure this couple are on the same page? Because, I mean, obviously, for what we can see, they are not. But it was really hilarious to see. And provided that the couple are happy, I mean, what can we say? Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Unplug. This is where we give you all the exciting stories and everything that is happening in entertainment, national news, foreign news, sports, just everything, a little bit of everything, a perfect cocktail of updates for you. So you should definitely stay tuned to our channel, and don't forget to subscribe. This is brought to you by every NG, and my name is Judith. Now, without further ado, let's move into the stories. Unplug. Now, first up, we have Dorathy Bacho in the stories, and Dorathy just did what every parent would wish for their child to do for their siblings, you know, really cute gift she gave her sister there. So her sister turned 27 over the weekend, and Dorathy gifted her a brand new car. Now in the video you could see Cynthia, which is Dorothy's sister. She was all smiles with a bouquet of flowers. She was just smiling like, oh my god, my sister got me a car. And then of course they showed the video of the car, really beautiful one. Congratulations to Cynthia and Dorathy on that one. Now moving on to other BBNaija stories, we have Praise in the news. Yes, Praise Nelson. Now Praise has been accused by an Instagram blogger of cheating on his wife. If you watch the BBNaija season, you know that Praise was all out about his baby mom, who is also his fiancee. He was so open about how much he loves her, how much she has done for him, and it felt like, okay, these two are a match made in heaven. However, just over the weekend, the blogger accused Praise of cheating on his fiancée, but not just cheating with anybody, cheating with her friend. And of course, somewhere along the story, Katrina was dragged in, but we'll not talk about that just yet. Now, Praise hasn't said, okay, this story is true, is false. He has kept mom, his fiancée, of course, has kept mom about it, but people are really talking about it and giving their 2 cents. So what do you think of that? I mean, people are saying, Instagram stories, are we really supposed to take that seriously? We have to take it with a pinch of salt until any party involved says anything. But of course, people are going to give their 2 cents on the story. So let me know what you think on that in the comment section. Still on the BBNaija stories, we have one from Dancia. Now, Dancia is a controversial singer and entrepreneur. She's not Nigerian, but somehow she has a lot of Nigerian fans. Now, Dancia, in her Instagram question and answer, revealed that while Mercy, aka, yes, that's BBNaija season 4 winner, was in the house, Nengi actually went into her DMs to beg her to support Mercy. And then she finished that off saying that Nengi has a heart of gold. Now, people were asking, oh, why do you support Mercy so much? We saw how much you supported her in the 2019 season, and that was when she revealed that, look, apart from the fact that Mercy knew me and my friends thought she was fire, Nengi actually came into my DMs begging me to support Mercy. And I don't know why you guys are treating the girl like this and why people are bashing her for whatever reason, but that girl has a heart of gold. I'm like, talk about your good deed coming to speak for you. And we're done with the BBNaija stories. Let's move on to other stories. And now I have the Otedola's daughter, first daughter in news. I'm talking about Tolani Otedola. And this one is really weird. Wait for it. So Tolani said that she had a dream where she was selling Akara. I'm like, excuse me? So according to her, she described it as a place, you know, the kind of place setting that she was in was kind of like a fast food. You know, she was saying that I was there with my hairnet and my apron and I was selling Akara. And then to top up the story, she said that she sold to one of her dad's friends. I'm just like, what kind of dream are you having, sis? And then you can see people in the comments like, it's because they have too much money. That's why you're having this kind of dream. I cannot dream of selling Akara in this poverty that I'm in. Never. But yeah, people were really having their hot takes on that. And it was so hilarious. I mean, Tolani is not one to be in the news much. It's not controversial. So when she came up with this, people are like, sis, I believe you, but this is one weird dream. Let's talk about something else that is happening in Nollywood. And man has suspended Nkechi Blessing Sunday and her her colleague Lege. Now, how this happened was because they were fighting and going back and forth on Instagram over the Baba Ijesha case. Now, backstory here, Lege said something that came off as though he was supporting Baba Ijesha, and Nkechi Blessing Sunday just jumped on the train and dragged him, and that was how two of them started going back and forth. You know how these Instagram fights go. And then, owing to the kind of words they used and how the fight panned out, Tampan has issued a suspension asking all directors and movie makers under the guild to not give them any jobs till further notice. Is this going to affect them much, or do they have like their private gigs? Who knows, because both of them don't even seem bothered about the suspension at all. Now, to other national stories. Now, we're done with the entertainment part. Let's talk about national stories. And first up on the list, we have burial of the Chief of Army Staff, Ibrahim Atahiru, and the 10 other officers that were in that flight with him. Now, over the weekend, on Friday evening to be particular, we got the sad news of the plane crash that claimed the lives of 11 officers, including the Chief of Army Staff. And according to the Muslim rites, he was buried on Saturday. Now, watching the videos and seeing pictures just left so many people heart-wrenched. People were so tearful. It was so sad to see the situation pan out the way it did. But then, after the burial, some people had stuff to say, including Adamu Garba, one of the former presidential aspirants. Now, he went on Twitter, he went on a rant, and he said that the president and the vice did not even think to attend these burial events, from the church, those who were buried at church, and those of them who were buried at the mosque as well. Like, he said that it was a bit disrespectful, and then paying condolence on Twitter, on social media, was a bit performative. And for the first time in a very long time, so many people were with Adamu Garba on that one. People supported his stance, and a lot of people have been talking about the absence of the president and the vice president at the burial ceremonies of these fallen heroes, including other top politicians who were, attending other events over the weekend while these burials were happening. What do you think on that? Do you think it's a tad bit insensitive, or they really had other things to do? Let me know in the comment section. Now, still on the federal government, this particular story has left some people with their mouths open, as the federal government has declared 90 travelers from Brazil, India, and Turkey wanted for violating the COVID protocols. Now, these travelers were into the country from 8th of May to the 15th of May, and the federal government has listed their names in the schedule as people who are wanted. And Nigerians are asking, did they walk into the country? Did they appear and disappear? They obviously flew in, so how were they let go of at the airport? How is it that these 90 people were able to find their way out of airport security to flout these COVID protocols? I mean, a lot of people are asking questions, but I just bring you the news. Moving on from that, we have some foreign stories, and this one is really, really shocking. 8,000 people have fled the DRC to Rwanda owing to a volcanic eruption that happened on Saturday. Now, according to the reports, this volcanic eruption happened around midday to evening on Saturday, and people were just running for their lives. And of course, the reports also had it that 11 people died from that. An additional 4 died while the stampede was happening and people were trying to run with their kids. Now, the reports from UNICEF also says that 150 kids have been separated from their parents, and about 180 have been reported missing. Now, Rwanda received these refugees and said to return them to their country once everything has settled down. Now, these kids who are missing, no one has been able to account for them, and the 150 who have been separated from their parents, efforts will be made to reunite them with their families. Now, let's move on to some sports, because that is how we end the show every day. And good news for lovers of these 4 teams. I'm talking about Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool, as they are going over to next year's Champions League after their win at the English Premier League this season. So congratulations to the fans of these 4 clubs. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Unplug. I had so much fun giving you the updates, and do not forget to drop your comments on any story that you picked interest in, because I'd love to get your thoughts on that. Until next time, keep up to date with us on every NG. This is Unplug, and my name is Judith.